What is up? Good morning. Going live a little earlier than usual. And that's because I wanted to talk about something I did last night that was either incredibly stupid or one of the smartest things I've ever done. But we're going to find out together, okay? I bought SAFEMOON. Not a lot, just a little bit. And I want to get into why. Excuse me, hang on a second. Want to get into why. Everywhere you look right now, all over the old interwebs, everybody's talking about this project being a scam. I mean, it's everywhere. It was trending on Twitter. I mean, just all over the place. I was trying to find some tweets on here. I guess I didn't have any pulled up. That's all right. All you need to know is that this is literally the most popular coin right now in the cryptoverse, for better or for worse, whether, good news or bad news. When you come from marketing, the saying is there's no such thing as bad publicity or something like that. I'm sure I've completely butchered the phrase, but quick look at market cap, sitting at 2.12 trillion. We're actually down quite a bit today, almost 1%, but here, the meat and potatoes of this whole thing. Here's SafeMoon over on CoinGecko. Let me get the chat up. SafeMoon over here on CoinGecko. And let's just kind of dive into it. Do a little deep dive here and go into the logic of why I bought this coin. When everyone's saying it's a scam, why did I run out and buy this thing? Well, looking at just the circulating supply, I mean, there's some red flags here, right? I don't even know what that number is. A quintillion? I don't know. But you get down here, here's the chart, right? Crazy movements we've seen. See, we had a run here, we had another run here, and this was just the past few days where we went just absolutely ballistic. But you can see the price of this thing. I don't know this number. Let's call it 250, right? 0.0000250, okay? For the record, I bought 18 million SafeMoon tokens for $100. It's insane, all right? Here, what is it? Here we go. SafeMoon price today is, calling it 438 within a 24-hour trading range. Right here. SafeMoon, auto-generating liquidity protocol / static farming. Sounds interesting, right? Oh, here's some breaking news. DC statehood bill passes House with overwhelming Democratic support, setting up historic showdown in Senate. Cool. That'll take years to settle, whatever that was, because it's in the Senate. Alright, so yeah, here's the CoinGecko stuff. Chart, kind of crazy. But you see, we did come down yesterday. We had a huge correction. This was a 55% correction from the top yesterday. Very nosebleeding. So where did I buy? I bought right here at the very bottom of this correction. Now, this thing could keep tumbling. I mean, this thing could go to zero. This could be a total scam. We could get rug pulled and our $100 could just poof, disappear. Right? But I don't want to talk about the negative side of SafeMoon, because you just run a search for SafeMoon and you'll find 1,000 videos talking about the negatives of this and how it's a scam. I'm more interested in the fundamentals here. What is this damn thing? And why is everybody talking about it? Here it is over on the Binance scanner, so we can take a look at the wallets here and everybody who's holding it. The first thing that immediately jumps out right here is this top wallet that is currently holding 40% of all the tokens. Now that could be, I'm not a programmer. I don't claim to know everything about blockchain and how this works. I have to imagine that this is the Genesis wallet, right, where it was all the tokens were born. Because you see it's different than all these other addresses. If somebody is here that knows better than I do, please tell me. But that's my assumption. Here's your Genesis wallet that's still holding 40% of the supply, which is, help me out, 1,793,000,000. Nope, sorry, 1,700,000,000. Okay, so that's not crazy, I guess. In comparison to some other tokens we've seen too, right? I don't know. We come down just a second here. You got 3% of the holdings sitting in this wallet, which is about $166 million worth, I guess. Yeah, $166 million worth in this wallet, which, my goodness. whatever that number is, 38 quintillion, I don't know. Big numbers. Numbers that I don't know. We'll call it 3804. And then going down, you can see where Pancake Swap's sitting. Pancake's got 2% of it in its liquidity. 2% here too. So, I mean, not too crazy. We've certainly seen other projects that have developers with larger wallets. So, again, this doesn't immediately jump out to me as being incredibly concerning, right? Seeing a 3%, 2%, 2%. Surely we could we could look at like Bitcoin or Ethereum and probably find, something similar. Here's the website. Maybe if it's going to load up. Here we go. Clean website. One thing I will definitely say about this team is they've got one hell of a designer. Here's what they've got, or what they're claiming anyway. Right now they're claiming to have 1 million holders. We've got 196 million staked in liquidity, or 196 million in liquidity right now. A market cap sitting at 2.3 billion. 2.3 billion in market cap. Just for comparison sakes, for poops and giggles, let's go down here. You've got Cardano at 39 billion. I go too far. Yeah. I click something? No. Alright, so you got... Oh, my computer's acting squirrely. Are you seeing that? I don't know what's going on there. Anyway. Crap, I never unmuted the damn microphone. Yeah, I did. Okay. Woo! I always think I do that. Alright. Anyway, so yeah, it would be ranked, should be ranked on the overall market cap at like 16th or 17th, somewhere in there. It's doing better than some other projects, that's for sure, as far as market cap goes. Which in itself is crazy because this project just showed up at the end of March. Brand new project, only been around for a couple months. So really clean website. What do they claim here? 100% community driven. The community-driven fair launch, the developers burned all the team tokens and participated in the fair launch with everybody else. The other thing they claim is that every trade contributes towards automatically generating liquidity locked inside the Pancake Swap LP. And you've got these RFI static rewards. Holders can earn passive rewards through static reflection as they watch their balance of SAFEMOON grow indefinitely. I mean, that'll raise some eyebrows, right? That's a hefty claim. A big word there, fellas. Big word. Here's their roadmap. Again, look how clean their graphics are. Very cool. Their roadmap. Let's see. They launched their protocol. I wish we had some actual dates here other than just Q1. Launch the protocol. Initiate push. Holding the line. And to the moon. It's not the most professional of roadmaps I've ever seen, right? There's another red flag to put down for this. They do have all their socials going with a pretty crazy following, which we'll get into here. Which, almost too crazy, right? Here's the white paper. I want to dig into the white paper. I think this is important, right? Because if you're going to judge a project and deem it a scam, we've at least got to read the white paper. What are they claiming? Before we go calling them scammers and criminals, let's at least find out what they're claiming. So what is the SAFEMOON protocol? They got these three things that they're really claiming to fame here. Static rewards, LP acquisition, and a manual burn. A common misconception with a heavy APY average is the subjectivity of the impermanent loss from staking an LP, or liquidity provider, and a farming reward generator. This is true. With the explosion of DeFi, we have seen too many new cryptocurrency prospectors get sucked into high APY LP farming traps, feeling hopeless as they are pushed out by earlier buyers with higher staking rewards. This is also true. We've all been there, seeing these shiny 6-digit figures can be pretty damn tempting to jump in. Could we leave the vulgarities out of our white paper, please? Just a thought. Can be damn tempting to jump in. However, almost always the token suffers from the inevitable valuation bubble, which is then followed by the burst and the impending collapse of the price. This is why we have seen the mass adoption of static rewards, also known as reflection is what they're calling it, a separate concept that seeks to eliminate the troubles caused by farming rewards. So this is true, right? They are addressing a problem that we currently have in DeFi, in the crypto ecosystem, right? And that is the big issue of impermanent loss when you're staking as an LP provider with PancakeSwap, for example. If you're staking BNB and Cake and getting that LP or that APY off of that, then yeah, you are running the risk of impermanent loss. This claims to be addressing that problem. So there's one to put in the win column for him, right? This is a token that is addressing a problem. It's not a token that doesn't have any utility. This isn't a Doge coin that's pulled out of thin air and does nothing. This is actually addressing a real problem that we have in the community. So there you go. Let's move on. Why static, they ask. Static rewards solve a host of problems. First, the reward amount is conditional upon the volume of the token being traded. This mechanism aims to alleviate some of the downward sell pressure put on the token caused by earlier adopters selling their tokens after farming crazy high APYs. Second, the reflect mechanism encourages holders to hang on to their tokens to garner higher kickbacks, which are based upon percentages carried out and dependent upon the total tokens held by the owner. And, we've seen this with other tokens. I think Near Protocol is one that does this. And we've seen static rewards being implemented on, like, Coinbase, for example, where you just by holding the token and staking it right there on the platform, you can earn rewards from it. And personally, I much prefer to do that as opposed to, becoming a liquidity provider myself and going through the hassle of having to buy 2 different coins and putting them on a DeFi or on a DEX that you may or may not trust. Having custody of your coin and getting the rewards off of it, that's appealing to a lot of people, including myself. So yeah, again, there's another check mark for them in the win column. They also do manual burns. We've seen token burns with a lot of big chains. At Binance, they do a huge burn every quarter. But they're doing manual burns. Sometimes burns matter, sometimes they don't. A continuous burn on any one protocol can be nice in the early days. However, this means the burn cannot be finite or controlled in any way. Having burns controlled by the team and promoted based on achievements helps to keep the community rewarded and informed. I guess I agree with that statement. 60-50 or 60-40 on that one, right? 60-40. The conditions of the manual burn and the amounts can be advertised and tracked. SAFEMOON aims to implement a burn strategy that is beneficial and rewarding for those engaged for the long term. Furthermore, the total number of SAFEMOON burned is featured on our readout located on the website, which allows for further transparency in identifying the current circulating supply at any given time, which we did see back here, right? Oh, there we go. See, they've got their little ticker up here, and then their how much is being burned, which is just insane. My goodness. So, again, manual burns. I don't like the idea of the team being in control, I guess, of the price action in that way. I guess I would prefer to have it more automated and on a certain time frame, right? But I get what they're saying, and I do like the idea of using burns as sort of a reward mechanism for holders, sort of like airline miles, how they do crazy promotional stuff. And I've seen it with Crowcoin, for example, and Crypto.com. This is something they do quite a bit. They use their burns as almost a promotional tool, right, to generate more, to onboard more people. So I like this. This appeals to me. All right, and then their secret sauce, they claim, the automated liquidity pool. Automated LP is the secret sauce of SAFEMOON. Here we have the function that acts as a twofold beneficial implementation for holders. First, the contract sucks up tokens from the sellers and buyers alike and adds them to the liquidity pool, creating a solid price floor. Okay, stay with me. This is going to get in the weeds a little bit, but stay with me. Second, the penalty acts as an arbitrage-resistant mechanism that secures the volume of SAFEMOON as a reward for the holders. Okay, did we get that? So when you buy and sell, you're adding liquidity. You're adding LP to the liquidity pool, right? So every time that you buy and sell, those tokens are going back into the pool. So you're with them on creating a solid price floor. Cool. The penalty acts as an arbitrage-resistant mechanism that secures the volume of SAFEMOON as a reward for the holders. The penalty that they're talking about is going to be the 10% fee that they add on top of it. So I guess I meant to cover that in the beginning. So when you buy SAFEMOON, you got to pay a 10% fee on top of it, which is pretty insane compared to any other coin out there that you buy. And immediately, like, damn, 10%. So I bought $100 worth of SAFEMOON. Actually, I put in $110, right? I got $110 worth of BNB, and I swapped it for $100 worth of SAFEMOON, paying that 10% fee on top of it. Where does that 10% fee go? We'll get into it here. And at first, it can seem a little shocking, but once you get into the white paper and understand the fundamentals and what this is doing, you get it. So let's keep going here. The penalty acts as an arbitrage-resistant mechanism that secures the volume of SAFEMOON as a reward for the holders. That's right. If you've got such a high fee, you're going to resist people coming in and doing silly trades to get that, that 0.5% gain with high-frequency trading, right? So there's another positive for holders. In theory, the added LP creates a stability from the supplied LP by adding the tax to the overall liquidity of the token, thus increasing the token's overall LP and supporting the price floor of the token. This is different from the burn function of other reflection tokens, which is only beneficial in the short term from the granted reduction of the supply. That's right. I mean, that all makes sense. As the SAFEMOON token LP increases, the price stability mirrors this function with the benefit of a solid price floor and cushion for the holders. The goal here is to prevent the larger dips when whales decide to sell their tokens later in the game, which keeps the price from fluctuating as much as if there was no automatic LP function. All of this is in an effort to alleviate some of the troubles we have seen with the current DeFi reflection tokens. We are confident that this model and protocol will prevail over the outdated reflection tokens for these reasons. I mean, you see where I'm at here? These are solid fundamentals. I mean, this makes sense. I cannot poke holes in this. Now, again, I am not a developer. I don't understand all the science that goes into creating a token or even all the science that goes into being a liquidity provider. So I can't even speak to, if this really works or not, or if this is a real thing. But it all sounds good. It's got me as a layman convinced. So I don't know. I do know that it is addressing a real problem that we are seeing right now in yield farming. And if this automatic liquidity pool does what it claims to do, then this could be huge for the DeFi space, right? I don't know. If I'm wrong and you disagree, let me know. I'd be interested in your thoughts on this. You see, here's the dev wallet burn tokens in this green slice of the pie, and then the community supply at launch, this giant piece of the pie. SAFEMOON protocol. Yeah, here you go. The total supply, 1 centillion trillion billion. I don't know. A giant flippin' number. SAFEMOON protocol employs 3 simple functions: reflection plus LP acquisition plus burn in each trade. The transaction is taxed a 10% fee, which is split 2 ways. There you go. This is the meat and potatoes of it right here. 5% of that 10% is redistributed to all existing holders. Let me say that again. 5% of that 10% fee is redistributed to all holders. The other 5% is split 50-50, half of which is sold by the contract into BNB, while the other half are paired automatically with the previously mentioned BNB, so this BNB that we just bought we are paired as a liquidity pair on PancakeSwap. So what does that mean? You are every transaction is adding to the liquidity pool on PancakeSwap, the BNB SAFEMOON liquidity pool. So this creates just a pretty incredible kind of price feedback loop, right, for any holders of SAFEMOON. And you see it. I'm holding SAFEMOON right now. Like I said, I own 18 million SAFEMOON tokens. And you see it. Like, I have watched my number of SAFEMOON grow in the past 12 hours exponentially. Again, these numbers are so big, it's hard for me to keep track of. But the amount that I currently have right now is substantially greater than the amount that I bought with the $100 initially. So this seems to be working, right? From the experiment that we are doing here, what they claim to do, they seem to be doing. Safety. Step-by-step plan to ensure 100% safety. Step 1. Developers burned all tokens in DevWallet prior to launch. Step 2. Fair launch on DX sale. Step 3. LP locked on DX Locker for 4 years. So all the LP that the devs get from all the transactions that occur on the network is being locked up for 4 years. That's good tokenomics. Keeps them from dumping on us, right? And then the LP generated with every trade and locked onto PancakeSwap. There's the roadmap again. So another critical point that we really need to go over here and really needs to be talked about is the fact that the developers, the team behind this, look, they're not anonymous. They've all revealed themselves, and look where they live. Your CEO, he lives in Virginia. This guy lives in New Hampshire. This guy over here, he lives in Pennsylvania, and he's got a cat. This dude has funny glasses and a beard, like that guy. Trevor Ragnar Church, he lives in the greater Seattle area. He didn't want to tell us exactly where. Maybe they don't keep track of, maybe in Seattle they just live in areas. And then you got Jacob King over here, who's their website dev. He lives in Texas. He's a Texan. So my point is these guys have all revealed themselves. They're not anonymous. They're all U.S. citizens, from what I can tell. Every one of them has a LinkedIn, Twitter, Reddit. You can go follow these guys. So if you've got a problem with the protocol, you can jump on there and send them a message or DM them and yell at them and give them a piece of your mind. But so in contrast, let's compare them to PancakeSwap, for example. PancakeSwap's team, I believe, is still anonymous. I don't think they've revealed themselves yet. I could be wrong. But you've got plenty of projects out there where the entire team has not revealed themselves. And if they do reveal themselves, they live in the Maldives somewhere. Completely out of U.S. jurisdiction, which is always a bit of a red flag, I think. But so that needs to be addressed, right? Got to point out that these guys have no fear in revealing themselves. That to me shows that they believe in their project. Or just because the alternative is, right, if this is a scam and they do rug pull everybody and they do run off with millions of dollars, where are they going to hide? Right? I mean, what's to stop me from going down to my local police station and saying John Caroni just robbed me, right, and put out a warrant on him? So, I think this is a good thing for the token and the project. Something that needs to be considered before calling it a scam, I think. So here's their Twitter. They've got some unbelievable numbers over here. Look at this. Just rolled over 350,000 followers. This was at 270 yesterday when I first started looking at them. So they're growing like crazy. And they put out all these little videos. They're very active on here. I mean, I feel like every 5 minutes I've got an alert going off from the team, which is what you want to see in any token that you're invested in, because as Mark Cuban always says, when you go long, you get loud, get long, or whatever it was. So they're very active. One thing, here, let's go into the comments. Check this out. Can I show thread? Hello. you know, one of the things I heard going around was, well, they're all bots and they've got over 10,000 followers and likes on every post. They must all be bots. Come on. Work, damn it. Alright, my computer's not going to cooperate. What I wanted to show was that a lot of these... No, I don't want to... Oh my god, my computer's crashing on us here, guys. I'm so sorry. Bear with me 1 second. One thing I wanted to point out more than anything was that these people that are on here replying and doing all these comments and everything, these are real people. These are people like you and me getting on here posting memes and to the moon rocket ships and, you know, the crap that you would expect to see from any enthusiastic new token holder. You know, these don't look like bots. Well, I mean, okay. You guys aren't helping my cause here. Anyway, point is, most of the comments that I've seen on here have not been bots. These have been real people. Let me close out of some of these tabs. I'm not sure what the crap's happening here. But anyway, here's your CEO, John Caroni. He's got 91,000 followers now. And he's also very active on here. Now, they did have an AMA last night that, I mean, let's be honest, it didn't go well. Didn't go well. And he ended up making a video later on that night that also, I mean, wasn't the most professional video I've ever seen in my life. And not what you want to see from any CEO of any company, that's for sure. So, John Caroni, if you're listening to this, buddy, you gotta, you know, I know there's some trolls out there, man, and I know things can get tough sometimes, buddy, but you don't want to take to the internets calling, you know, kind of losing your cool. That doesn't reflect well on your company. So, just a personal thought, you know, not financial advice, of course. But anyway, so that's where we're at. I bought $100 worth of SAFEMOON, as the title of this video suggests. And we're going to kind of just find out here, right? If this is a scam, then I just lit $100 on fire and boom, we threw it in the air. But, you know, as far as I'm concerned, that $100 is well spent if it means that, you know, it keeps other people from getting scammed. And that, you know, on the flip side of that, if this thing goes to the moon... and we make good money off of it, well, hey, I guess the risk versus reward thing, right? So that's all I got for you guys. I just wanted to kind of jump in and do a little quick video on SAFEMOON and what just my personal thoughts were. There's so much negative news out there. I thought I'd just do a quick little deep dive and, you know, get into some facts and what the reality of the situation is. Basically doing our own research, right? And not just taking what we see on YouTube as gospel. Really getting into the weeds, doing our own research, looking into the fundamentals, looking into the team, and asking yourself, does it really make sense? Now, at the end of the day, at the end of all of this, there are some red flags. You know, this market cap is obscene. The amount of tokens that are in circulation, absolutely obscene. But with their tokenomics, with the mechanisms that they have in place, I could easily see if this thing takes off, that supply quickly coming down because of the amount of tokens that'll be burned and taken out of supply, and those tokenomics really beginning to balance out and taking shape, right? So I think there's something to it. I wouldn't suggest anybody go out and buy any of this yet, not until, you know, we get some more information on them. Not until it's proven a little more, right? This needs to be proven, I think, above all. I'm certainly not putting any more money on it until it's proven. So, we'll see. We will see. All right, guys, that is all I got for you. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. And till next time, we will see you later.